Good afternoon, everyone. This is Henry, and as we get into tonight's video newsletter, just wanted to show you a couple of things that are helping me make my day-to-day decisions and some of the stuff that was very helpful as we got into Wednesday's open. So the first thing that I'm going to show you, and there'll be a few points to this, some of which are very basic, some of which are still basic, but comes some proprietary analysis, but it's all, again, at the heart of it, very basic. So getting into it, we look at an S&P that had a really great move right after the cash session closed yesterday. This market has been very typical to do that, right? The overnight or while the market is closed, having tweets hit and getting that kind of movement is something that a lot of us, I think, are getting used to. So you come into the session with that kind of a move and referencing essentially where the futures had traded during the overnight session. But I came into this saying that, I think there's a bigger chance that into this area that price is going to be extended, because when we look at the implied one-day move here for SPX, we're sitting just shy of 70 basis points. So when we got that gap up, and granted we did have to push it a little bit further, but it's just knowing the expected range of the day has essentially been met in the overnight move, and most of the time it's going to be difficult to see continued progress. So when you look at where we close, and here in Thinkorswim towards the top left, you can see the percentage change on the day. So up 54 basis points. Do you see how that is well off of the best values of the day and then bringing you right inside of this range? A little bit under it, but again, using these types of levels help you keep your enthusiasm in check, where you look at big gap ups like this and think that's actually a better area to be sold. And then one way that we structured this in the chat room was through the Qs. So you can take that through the S&P, you can look at the expected move, you can look at the idea of the cash index moving back down below 6,600, but another place you can take it is over into the Qs. So when we're looking at this data, and this is where I was telling you how Spot Gamma gathers this, and anybody can look at a chain, but to organize it in a way that gives it so much more meaning, I have found to be incredibly helpful. And you look at this, coming into today, knowing that the equity markets are getting set to gap up, but then seeing that the Qs have this key gamma strike and a hedge wall at 590. Now, if you're just blowing the top off the day, and the SPX had exceeded that range, well, 590 could have turned into 594. So we never know for sure if these are going to hold, but when multiple levels show up at the same strike, they tend to be more important. So now that you're seeing where I'm getting my data from, you can come back over to this, pull up a chart of the Qs, and even using a product like this ETF, you can see it has a lot of activity in the extended session. Now, admittedly, it's not like it hold this level to the penny. Here's some action above 590, here's action above 590, but when we opened, it's thinking, this is probably an opportunity to sell some calls to someone that is coming in to chase this. Now, also knowing how this market has been very choppy, I think it lends itself to strategies like the unbalanced butterfly. Now, remember that if you want to keep your thought process painfully simple and you say, well, I just want to be bearish against this call, well, then you can sell it. If you want to use a little more protection, you could sell this call and then buy one to turn it into a vertical that creates, a protected spread. I a lot of times will go one step further and look at strategies that are the 1 by 3 by 2, and essentially what you're doing is trying to sell that body at this strike that's juiced up. So if you can do that and then get those strategies on for a credit, well, then you have no downside risk. And if you close at that strike, that's where you can really do the best. So we put that trade on for about a 45-cent credit and then closed it out towards the end of the day on that little bit of a pop, right around $1. Had you let it cash settle, it was $3 wide. So the 587 call would have been worth 82 cents. So the 82 cents plus the 40 you open it with, the trade is good for $1.20. So this isn't home run type stuff, right? It's not trying to get lucky on overnight moves. It's just saying, look, coming into each day with fresh eyes, acknowledging the most important levels, trying to give myself a couple of ways to make money, sideways or down, works with the conversation we just had. And I think if you think that way, it'll really help bring an edge to your day trading in this environment. So I hope you found those helpful. We're going to be doing the exact same thing tomorrow during the close. Brent, the founder of Spot Gamma, he and I will be doing the session together. So we'll be going through ideas like this, looking at live option strategies, and I hope to see you there. So y'all have a good night, and I will talk to you soon. Hey traders, this is Henry with simplertrading.com. I wanted to thank you for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if so, be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons down below. If you would like to also see me putting these ideas into action and trading my own account live in front of you, be sure to sign up at simplertrading.com, and I hope to see you in the chat room sometime soon.